Yeah, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Happy New Day and happy early Tuesday morning broadcast. My people will make on see what in the happen because I see I wanna when make how do they used to say this adage if you not take time will say the boss go fit carry you pass the road going to your father's house, if I'm not mistaken. Please, if I wanna make mistake, correct them at the comment section and make on see what in the happen. Tifunbu attends Governor Hope Usodinjo's second term inauguration in Owerri, and I ask, so what is so important that Tifunbu is coming to Owerri to do? That is exactly how Muhammad Buhari visited Owerri countless times, with shady deals they are having with this so-called militia called Hopeless Uzodinjo in our land. And nobody cared to ask this question. In Kaduna State, they said the military, what do they call it, military drone mistakenly bombed community two good times. Nobody, Tifunbu was nowhere to be found, even to go there to commiserate with the people or with the victims that those things affected. In Plateau State, bandits ransacked 17 communities or 17 villages, killing almost 250 people. The whole country went into agog. Tifunbu was nowhere to be found, at least to go there and commiserate with the people who that thing affected. A lot of governors, even common governor Sanwo-Olu, that is his boy, Lagos State, that is his base, they have do their own inauguration finish. What did they call him? In second time in office. Tifunbu was nowhere to be found. My dear, the kepu I'm hearing, I keep hearing kepu. Behind any rumor, there is an atom of truth in it. Is that Tifunbu and the Fulani government have agreed using Hope Uzodinjo the same way they use Rochas Okorocha, that they will give him what they call it, they will hand over to him after Tifunbu must have finished his 8 years term. And according to the informate I'm hearing, they signed a shady deal with Uzodinjo to reduce the population of Imo State entirely to 500,000 people. And that is why you see countless of killings without the so-called Fulani control government of Nigeria doing anything about it at that their own federal level. Rather, they keep on deploying more soldiers and more police people just to mount roadblock, but the killings continues. The southeastern part of the country have been the most militarized and most politicized in the whole of the so-called contraction of a country called Nigeria. But insecurity keep on growing every day now and then. Does that one not call for a concern to you? Don't you know that those people that have been deployed are the unknown gunmen at night? Sometimes they will disguise themselves and become a non-gunmen. That is why you see all those checkpoints. They are not catching all these people because they are the one that knows them and they pass the same way and other people pass. But that same road that the non-government will pass and go out there to perpetrate some heinous crimes is the same road that when ordinary citizens are traveling, a journey can take you for 1 hour, will then take you for complete 6 to 7 hours because of roadblocks and bad roads. Biafrans, let us wake up. The Biafran government or Biafran Republic government in exile, underline this word, and remember, 2024, no gree for anybody. That is the watchword. Anyway, my wonderful people, let us read in between the lines. I know that most of all the things I told you now is not in what I'm about to read, but hey, I have my agents who is giving me an authentic information. So whatever I tell you here, my dear, I don't just speak for the sake of speaking. No, I am speaking from the authentic news and authentic information I got. Anyway, my wonderful people, like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to this channel for more and more interesting videos coming your way. Let us read in between the lines and the news in details. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has departed for Owerri, Imo State capital, to witness the inauguration of Governor Hopeless Uzodinjo for a second term in the killings in Imo State, because that's exactly what he is there for. The Nation's report that Tinubu left for the event after the celebration of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Abuja. The inauguration is billed for the Dan Anyamo Stadium in Owerri, Imo State. The so-called president will during his visit to the state, inaugurate some projects, including the upgraded Dan Anyamo Stadium. In another development, gunmen don't abduct over 45 passengers along Otugbo Enugu Road. Otugbo is in Benue State. That is how we keep on getting miscreants from neighboring states. Yet to be identified gunmen have kidnapped about 45 passengers from 3 commercial vehicles along Otugbo Enugu Road in Orokam of Ogadibo local government area of Benue State. Daily Post gathered from a reliable source who narrowly escaped being kidnapped that the incident occurred on last week Thursday. The government reportedly raided commercial vehicles along Otugbo Enugu Road and forced drivers and passengers into the bush. The source claimed it was easy for the armed men to stop the vehicles because that portion of the road is very bad. The first person that came out of the bush was a heavily built young man who came out carrying an automatic rifle and a chain of bullets around his body. I saw 3 of them coming out of the bush with guns. This was about 3:30 p.m. on Thursday in broad daylight. Their target was obviously commercial buses, maybe because of the number of passengers that could harvest ransom for them. In this particular instance, they took passengers in 3 loaded buses that was heading towards Otugbo in Benue State. My saving grace was that a J5 articulated vehicle was in my front. So when we were all stopped, before they got to my vehicle, I jumped out and ran into the bush, and all my passengers also followed. Luckily, none of my passengers were caught by the armed men. We ran into the bush, leaving our valuables, including phones, and they did not touch them. All they were looking for were the occupants of the said bus. They took all their victims into the forest. After hiding in the bush for close to 30 minutes, when we realized it was safe to come out, we started running back to our buses to flee. At that point, we saw soldiers on motorbikes and a Hilux van asking us where the armed men went with the victims. This happened between a police and army checkpoint in Orokam after the trailer park at the back portion of the road. For you to know that these people, the police and the military, are the ones doing all these things. Since I started driving, I used to hear stories of people being kidnapped on the road. I saw it happening live and I almost became a victim. I cannot thank my God enough. Meanwhile, it was gathered that the armed men have already opened negotiations with family members of the kidnapped passengers for the payment of ransom for their release. The source said the armed men initially asked for 15 million naira for each passenger and later settled for 3 million naira for each of the passengers. Some of the family members came here to find out if we have any details or are in the touch with the kidnappers, but we told them that our company was not involved. They lamented that they had reached agreement with the kidnappers, and while trying to resolve how the 3 million naira demanded would be sent to them, the phone line went off and they were not able to reach the armed men again. So it is like they have been moving from one park to the other to find out the companies that own the buses involved in the unfortunate incident. But from what we heard, one of the vehicles had its head office in Boko, which is Benue State. The Benue State Police Command spokesperson SP Catherine Anene, when contacted, said they were yet to have a report of the said incident. Anyway, my wonderful people, now here we will take back break. When I hear my voice again when I come back, please help me like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing to this channel for more and more interesting videos coming your way. My name is still Remain Amandia, and reporting live from the platform of Okute Daily Talk. Nice to meet you and nice to be with you. Have a nice day. Kemeseano, my people.